What's up, everybody? Savage Hunter here with opening mail day again. We got more mail. Always going to be updating. Today we got vintage cube cards because we're always updating that, but we're going to also have some standard deck that I've been interested in. And today the cards came in, and we're just going to, look over them and figure them out. It's always fun looking at new cards. Kind of speaking of what we get. I like recording what we got, and we're going to start with the Thornspire Verge. This is 4 cube, and the Verges have been really good because in cube, vintage cube specifically, you have the ABU dual lands, so those are easy to get. You also have shock lands, you got triomes, you have the surveil lands too, and that's where this also shines in standard, or other places that, like, as long as you control any mountain or forest, then it's activated already. And Aether Drift's right around the corner, or it's probably out now as you're watching this. So then now we have the other the other Verges, and so that's going to be really nice to have lately. But that one's 4 cube. Then we have some Abundant Growths, 3 of them for now. I think I must have gotten a 4th one, but this is going to be for Pauper. I play Boggles and Pauper, and just having the old school foils is amazing. Still missing Boggles himself being old school foil, but we got the Ledgewalkers, we got Utopia Sprawl, came out with Ravnica Remastered. So now these are from Innistrad Remastered. Going to go into my Boggles deck. Beautiful. Now we got the Lush Portico. Couldn't get the foil on this, but we got the full art at least, and slowly going to just upgrade over time. Nice Surveil land there. Then kabam! We got a full art foil Triome, the Ketria kind. So green, blue, red. Just going to be gorgeous. I have this as a poster too, so it's one of my favorites. Just beautiful. Then we got Otawara, Soaring City. These are going to be mostly vintage cube cards, I think, in this first package. There is a different art of this, but I like going with the original art. And this is full art too of it. Just beautiful. Elena Danner too. I've met her at MagicCons, and she is a great artist. This is a beautiful piece. It's kind of a little really foily, but the detail on that is just insane. All right, here it is. The 4th Abundant Growth. Heck yeah. Pauper. Now we got Blood Type Harvester. So what came out was Innistrad Remastered. It's time to update the cube. If you've seen my vintage cube videos of live, everything's old border, everything's foil as much as we can get, and Innistrad Remastered came out with a bunch of good cards, goodies for us to come out. And we're just going to go with Cathar Commando now. Beautiful. Flash this in for 3 damage, can sack, and you remove an artifact or enchantment. Very good, very good in the white weenies. Collective Brutality, a great discard outlet. Choose 1 or more, and so you can escalate it by discarding a card, so then you can reanimate a little bit later. Either attacks the hand for an instant or sorcery, kills a 2/2 creature, or opponent pings opponent for 2 life. Got Craterhoof Behemoth. These are really nice. Innistrad Remastered. They are not curling at all, and they look really good in person. This is nice. Gorgeous. Everybody knows Hoof. And then if you're playing Vintage Cube, you're doing Gristlebrand. Gristle Daddy is just right there. Now, right where he belongs, an old border foil. That demon is nice. Infernal Grasp. Solid removal. 2 mana. Now an old border. And then, yes, Liliana of the Veil. I love these ones, these planeswalkers, but this time they finally hit it right, because the old planeswalkers, what they did when they first did this is they did what it would be read as in an old card. So it's just a wall of text, and I love it personally, but me playing with my friends, that's just, some of them are pretty new or something. It's just like, I'm not going to read that. But with Lily here, it's just so clean. Each player discards a card. Like, it just says, and it has the loyalty right there. The other one would say it comes in, this card comes in with some loyalty, but this looks like a planeswalker, and it's just clean. Everybody agrees on my play group, and they should make more like this. Snapcaster Mage. If you're playing Vintage Cube, you're using this guy for Ancestor Recall, for Time Walk. Broken card. Beautiful in the old. And I love how they kept the actual old artwork of it. So the actual guy who won the championship and made that card, they didn't do the old art with this, but Through the Breach, it does have Imrakul coming out, so that is awesome. You can see Nahiri right there. I do kind of appreciate that. I do like the goofiness of, I guess I can agree, it is a little goofy of the old card. And this one's just, yes, it's Imrakul. It's what you're doing. You're putting Imrakul out. So it helps my players figure out what they need to do with that card. But no, it's not the old art. I wonder if there was any sort of, they couldn't get the artists to do that. I know, like, lately, all the old arts, they like something to do with payment and stuff. And now with the new arts, they don't have to like pay them every single time. They just kind of buy it. And we get Voldarian Epic here. Great card for 1-drop. You make a blood token, which is an artifact that like Gut can eat up, or it's an artifact that can make you discard cards, so then you can reanimate your Gristlebrand or something. So very versatile. You need your 1-drops too. It deals 1 damage automatically right away. So if you're in mono red, you're already hitting hard. Now we're finishing up the fetch lands for Modern Horizons 3, and already I can tell it's curved. You can see that. A little curly Q. Big disappointment. These though, these are not. These are amazing. Innistrad Remastered. Wherever those were printed, print those again there. But we got Flooded Strand, and we got the Polluted Delta. This one was a pretty penny for sure. Let's move Flooded Strand out of the light. But this was the final 2 I needed. Now all of my fetch lands are from the Horizon sets that are old border foil, just to match everything else. And we got Arena of Glory. Could not get a foil at the moment, but this will do. Now I have a real one, and it's cool. I know I said I like the old art, but this one was sweet. It really depends on what they do with the full art, because they can go, this looks like a Magic card, and some, I'm just going to say, don't look like Magic cards. And so I like to keep it like that. Shadowy Backstreet, didn't have one before, but now this is, I could only get a normal copy. These are hotcakes right now, like standard, anywhere. Commander would even run like one. CDH runs like one. I like them. They're fetchable. Super good. Upgraded Elegant Parlor. Now it's full maximum potential for my Vintage Cube. Now we got the Hedge Maze, which it's not foil, but that's fine. We slowly upgrade. When I can get a foil, we'll upgrade from the foil. I don't know why I got another Lush Portico. Maybe I needed this in a commander deck? Could be a commander deck. I'm going to put it to the side, because you only need 1 copy in Vintage Cube. Thundering Falls, not foil, but slowly upgrading. It's better than the original one I had. Better in a sense that I think they're cool. This is a funny one. We're going to upgrade Urza Saga to a white border Urza Saga. Because like the power is white border. There's a bunch of other white border cards. So this kind of fits the the theme of Vintage Cube in my eyes, where there could be white border cards over just a normal looking Saga or black border. So it's kind of a funny nod that it's a Vintage Cube card. Then we got Thespian Stage, beautiful now in foil. I had a non-foil for a while, but old border, Dark Depths, Thespian Stage, in foils. Just beautiful. I don't know if I like that one. There we go. That looks much better. Now we got Nurturing Peatland. These are from Assassin's Creed. It's just an upgrade from the normal one from Modern Horizons 1. And it looks pretty Magic to me. Like, I could see that in Ravnica or something. It's not super Assassin's Creedy. Nice Indatha Triome. Big old shiny white, black, green. Triome, fetchable. Got cycling. We got the Shifting Woodland. The artwork's a bit different from the main art, but most of my people who I play with don't really know. And I do like this art. It's got the Innistrad trees, the markings. Super cool. And we got Undercity Sewers. It's your last card from that package. This was probably mostly the Vintage Cube cards. This is when Innistrad Remastered came out, and I was just kind of buying at that moment. We got our Pauper cards, though, from Innistrad Remastered. We'll figure out where this Lush Portico goes. But I'm assuming the next couple packages will be the standard deck I'm working on. So if you're interested in standard, stick around. We'll see where we go from there. There could be some Vintage Cube cards here and there. Pick these up, though. All right, we'll start with this package. Ugh. What do we got here? A couple old border Fabled Passage. Beautiful. They are for my standard deck. So we're going to put them in these hard sleeves. Because when I play standard, these foils curl. And you don't want... Sometimes you get deck checked. And you could be considered cheating if you have curled foils. So darn it, Wizards. Fix your foiling. Like Innistrad Remastered, I'm not going to lie. Those look good. I did not expect that. There's no curling. They look great. But hopefully these hard sleeves actually just kind of hit it down. Then we got... It's like also then you just need to get foils of everything. So we got foil Llanowar Wastes. So we're making a Golgari deck that's got Llanowar Wastes, got Fabled Passages, and we'll leave it a secret until we get there. It is not a meta deck either. So I'm super excited to bring this to an RCQ and just surprise people. That should be fun. I've been playing Azorius Oculus and making top 8s, but I think I played it enough. I understand it. I do like it, but sometimes you just want to come and have fun. So I'm going to come and have fun. I got Witches or Restless Goddess. The Witches is a green one. No, this one turns into a 4/4, which is pretty insane to help close out the game. But when it attacks, you create a food token and exile a card from a graveyard. Just kind of does a lot. It is a tap land, so... Now, the big purchase was 3 Virtues of Persistence. 2 of them are for my standard deck. One of them is actually for Vintage Cube. So that's nice. We're also getting Cube cards. Never bought this for Cube because it's pretty expensive. This one seems most curled. So we're going to use this one for not my standard deck, so because I don't get deck checked, and my own Vintage Cube Knights. So take that out of the heavy sleeve, put this in a normal sleeve. All right. If you're playing Golgari, you're playing Mossword Dread Knight. Of course you are. This just draws you the card, gains trample, or it's a trample 3/2 that when he dies you can play it from play the adventure side and just keep cycling over and over again. So it's a very card that gets you through your deck while also being a beater. It does kind of everything. Now we got the spice of the deck. Iridescent Vine Lasher. So this is a 1 mana, 1/2. It's got Offspring 2. So for 3 mana, you get 2 of these guys that have landfall, deal 1 damage to target opponent. That deal 1 damage to target opponent is a crime. So I'm making a crimes deck, and this is going to be our main guy targeting crimes. Some Terra Sunders for the sideboard. We got Demolition Field is also a land that can target your opponent's land. So you can commit a crime on your opponent's turn, though, which will be important. And it's also landfall for our Iridescent Vine Lasher. So it does both the crime and hits the land. Then if you're playing green, you know the Pixie deck's coming, and you're going to play the Baloths. If a spell or ability opponent causes you to discard a card, and you discard this guy, you just put him on the battlefield. So playing Pixies, you sideboard this in. Super hilarious. And we got a Preacher. Just a very, you've seen this guy in Standard if you played him. It's a very, destroys some matchups. Like it's a very strong card. Sunken Citadel. This allows us to play Demolition Field. Fixes our mana in a way, but helps us pay for Demolition Field or Restless Cottages. Speaking of Restless Cottage, we got the other 2 right here. And then we got another Fabled Passage and a Duress. I didn't get foil Duresses. I guess we'll need to do all foils. So I didn't think I'd actually get deck checked, but I did the other time. Duress is useful. I'm out of sleeves at the moment, but instead of getting up, we're just going to go look through everything first. We have a Scrap Shooter, nice for the sideboard whenever you need them. Another Lasher. Then here's our sideboard. If we need crimes to happen again, this can be a huge crime swing. Whenever you commit a crime, create 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature tokens. But the main guy is going to be this Free Strider Lookout. So it's a 3 mana reach. Whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability only triggers once each turn. But you commit a crime, you get a land, you trigger the Iridescent Vine Lashers. You can have Fabled Passage or Demolition Field go on their turn, sack it, get Iridescent Lasher to hit, to create a crime, to do it again, and deal more damage is the main combo loop that we're going to be doing. We have a Gixis command for the sideboard. We have another Preacher. Finish out our Dread Knights. We have another Scrap Shooter. We're ready for the making our Offsprings. Same with our Paw Patch recruits that I've already owned. Vine Lasher. Choking Miasma for the sideboard. All creatures get -2/-2. Can just really help out in those aggro matchups. Got some cut downs. You're going to need cut downs. And go for the throats. You need your removal. But in this deck, you can I mainboard these 2 Ghost Vacuums because they do commit crimes. And just being able to mainboard these, you can really target the Oculus or any sort of deck that utilizes the graveyard. Just hilarious. We got Blooming Marshes, or Free Shredder Lookouts. And we have, of course, I think cards I've had already to finish it off. Land War Elves, Fountain Port, a Thrun for the Thrun for the sideboard. Yeah, Land War Elves and Duresses. But that's the deck I'll be bringing to Standard and Paw Patch recruits. They're still coming in the mail, but heck yeah. Let's look at getting Vintage Cube set up. I guess it's a little hard to show you guys me putting these into the cube, so I'm just going to call it there. I hope you enjoy these mail day cards and think it's fun to look at these cards. What I'm slowly collecting as a person. Maybe we'll go over the entire Vintage Cube in another video if you guys are interested, but next time I'll also have a Vintage Cube live video going on, so you see me and my buddies draft, and we'll show who's ever in the lead those games, and hopefully you enjoy that. We'll see you there then. Peace, guys.